All right. Not too long ago, I released a video claiming to be the greatest PCG battle of all time. And I'm not necessarily going to say this one's better, but it very well might be. It's at least close for sure. Once again, featuring Jonas here against Glock. Very important to note that Glock is very, very strong. I believe he was rated around 650 at the time of this battle. So very, very high ranked battle right here between Jonas and Glock. That's worth mentioning. This is yet again another battle that I was with Jonas at the time. I think we kind of built this team together just for fun, had some fun things on it, and it's really cool. This is such a good battle. Let's get into it. Again, Magnezone versus Corviknight here. Not a good matchup for the Corviknight. Jonas goes for the electric move, but Gliscor is available to soak up that damage. Of course, Gliscor is ground flying, so ground typing does not take any damage from electric. Fletchinder switch in. Fletchinder switch in from Jonas. Yes, that's right. Jonas is using a Fletchinder on this team. Not even a fully evolved Pokemon, but it's very cool. And this Fletchinder ends up putting in some work at this battle. It doesn't take any damage from that Bulldoze. Glock switches into Lantern, and Fletchinder sets up a Sunny Day. Water Shuriken from Lantern, which is a pretty strong attack, but it is weakened because of the sun. Fletchinder here goes for Reversal. Doesn't do too much damage because he's not low enough. Important to note that reversal is an attack that does more damage the lower your health is, but you have to be very, very low on health in order to be able to get the maximum damage. So that reversal obviously not hitting that hard because he's just not low enough at this point. Lantern uses Water Shuriken again, which very well could have just killed the Fletchinder here, but only got 2 hits. Very importantly, the battle could have possibly just ended there if not. And so that reversal was doing a lot more damage at that point. But Jonas did have to switch out because Water Shuriken is priority and he would have just died. So he switches into Gardevoir, and here he's going to go for Trick Room. So there's all sorts of crazy tools on this team, as you've already seen. Reversal and Sunny Day on Fletchinder, and this Gardevoir knows Trick Room. So you very well might already know what Trick Room does, but in case you don't, Trick Room reverses speed. So any Pokemon that is fast becomes slow, and any Pokemon that's slow becomes fast is generally how that works. And there's going to be some weirdness that happens with that. So Gardevoir would actually normally be faster than Corviknight, which is a good thing, but because of the Trick Room that Jonas just set up himself, he's gonna end up being slower. But he switches to Magnezone, and Corviknight goes for Bulldoze, which lowers the speed of Magnezone, so that means that Magnezone is now faster and goes for Parabolic Charge and is able to heal back up. So really weird there that the Bulldoze ended up helping Jonas by making him slower. Corviknight may have been faster anyway, but it just guarantees it. Magnezone goes for Pain Split there. So what just happened there? It kind of looks like a misplay, but the reason why that happened was because the kind of assumption was that based on the Magnezone going first last turn, Glock should have known that the Magnezone was going to go first again. And so Jonas here is predicting that the Corviknight's going to switch out to something full health, and the Magnezone's going to be able to heal with Pain Split because of something coming in with full health. Pain Split will equalize the health of 2 Pokemon. So because this Magnezone was low, Pain Split was a way of healing. However, Glock stayed in with the Corviknight, and Pain Split ended up not doing very much. Heals him to 49, and this Bulldoze ends up killing him, unfortunately. This Magnezone could have just gone for Parabolic Charge again, but again, assumed that there was going to be a switch. So now this this was actually a huge misplay. I forgot about this. Yeah. So Jonas goes into Fletchinder here. Again, we were both on call together when this battle was happening, and we had both forgotten that the Trick Room is still up. So the Fletchinder is actually slower than the Corviknight. The Corviknight very easily could have just gone for an attack and killed the Fletchinder immediately on this turn. Almost like a bluff here to some degree. But luckily enough, Glock either forgets about the Trick Room or doesn't know how it works and switches out the Corviknight, hoping to save it. Switches into Lantern, which dies to this next reversal. And then we see here that the Trick Room is now over. Weavile comes in and is faster, so switching out into Kabutops in order to not die with the Fletchinder, because the Fletchinder is actually kind of useful and can kind of do some pretty good damage with reversal. Goes for Rock Tomb to lower the speed of Corviknight, and the Kabutops should be able to finish this off with an Aqua Jet. Glock down to 4 Pokemon. The Weavile is going to be a big threat, but Jonas does have Trick Room as a tool available if he's able to get Trick Room back up. Magnezone comes in. Kabutops is faster, but doesn't have anything that can really hit. I guess he's got Flame Charge, doing a little bit of chip damage onto this Magnezone, and Overdrive will take him out. But now that this Magnezone is not at full health, this Fletchinder, oddly enough, of all Pokemon, is able to come back in. It is faster. It goes for reversal. Would have killed the Magnezone because of how low health he is. Salazzle comes in and resists it, and that doesn't do too much. So Boltund comes on in to try and fight the Salazzle. Boltund just barely faster, goes for a Zap Cannon. That was like the only attack that Jonas actually really had available that could kill Salazzle from that range. And this Salazzle otherwise was a big threat to Jonas's team. He didn't really have any better ways of fighting the Salazzle, so his only choice, because this Boltund set is not super good, his only choice was to go for the Zap Cannon, which is a 50% accuracy. And it was kind of just the part of the game where he had to leave it up to chance, leave it up to luck, gets the hit, and it does kill the Salazzle. Glock now goes into Weavile and a switch back into Fletchinder. Looks like this Fletchinder is no longer necessary, and sacks it there. Switches in Gardevoir, and as I said before, we'll definitely be going for a Trick Room. That bite could have flinched, but did not. Very important there. Game would have been over if that bite had flinched, but the Trick Room went up, and so now the Gardevoir is faster because it was slower. Now that Trick Room's up, it's faster, and it one-shots with Strange Team. But this Magnezone is still here and a big threat. Sack the Gardevoir here. The problem is that Magnezone actually is very slow, so this Trick Room is actually pretty nice for the Magnezone. And then Boltund comes in as the answer, goes into Endeavor, which will bring the opponent's health equal to his own. So this Gliscor is now at 42 health, and we see Jonas's last Pokemon finally show up, which is Slurpuff. Trick Room is now over. A Hydro Pump from the Slurpuff, but the Magnezone eats it up. Switch back into Boltund, assuming that the Steel Electric from Magnezone doesn't have anything that can hit the Boltund. That does end up being true. And now from this point, it's really hard to figure it all out, but there is one play that Jonas can do that pretty much guarantees him to win, unless he misses a Hydro Pump. At this point, the Boltund's at 17 health. The Magnezone can beat the Slurpuff, but the Gliscor cannot, because the Gliscor is weak to Hydro Pump. So all Jonas has to do here is go for Endeavor, which will do one of two things. Either A, it weakens the Magnezone low enough that the Slurpuff can kill it, or B, Glock switches out into Gliscor, and then the Boltund can kill that too. So Jonas now, against all odds, has a play that gets him an 85% chance of winning, because all he has to do is hit Hydro Pump with Slurpuff. So that's what he's going to be doing here. Boltund goes for that Endeavor, and Glock does end up switching to Gliscor, which brings it to exactly 17 health, and Boltund does have Leaf Blade as its 4th slot move, which is definitely enough to kill this Gliscor, and now Glock is down to just Magnezone. Very easy for Jonas to once again go for Endeavor and bring the Magnezone as well to 17 health. The Overdrive will kill the Boltund, but as I said before, All Jonas has to do is switch to Slurpuff, which is his last Pokemon, and as long as he hits his attack, this Magnezone, again, only at 17 health, so just about anything should kill. So he doesn't actually even have to go for Hydro Pump at this point, because he does have more accurate moves available. So he does go for Fleur Cannon, which is 90% accurate, and that will kill the Magnezone. Crazy battle. I never would have imagined a Fletchinder, of all things, to be able to do so much in a battle, but just goes to show now that some of these new attacks have been added to the game that are not just hit your opponent and do damage. You can do some crazy things with things like Endeavor and Pain Split and Trick Room. You can have some really insane games, and this game right here was a very good showcase of what is possible. So definitely looking forward in the future to seeing more games like this that use some of those new really cool attacks in a smart way, being able to defeat strong opponents using strategies like that. Very cool. GG.